The following program contains content that is not suitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the Community Media Center of Marin, it's marINSANITY.
Here we go. Oh, there we are then. Now look. Here we are back in the old marINSANITY, everybody. And we've been in quarantine for 6 months nearly, but we're still insane. We're still insane around it. Oh, I know up Marin County, you know, you guys, all the entrepreneurs out there, all the millionaires, I know you guys are finding an upside to this quarantine, aren't you? You're making a few bucks. I know you are. You're clever buggers. But that's a good thing. I love it. I also wanted to say, we've all been wearing one of these, haven't we? You know what this is? You know what this represents? Equality for ugly people. Yeah. See? It's all right. Now you can walk around and pretend you're pretty. You'll be fine. Oh, dear. Now, a friend of mine's a teacher. I said, well, how's it going? You know, she said, well, it's very difficult. She said, a lot of the kids are being emotionally stunted by this quarantine. You know, they're going to have it's going to take them a while to catch up. So I thought, you know, what do you call a whole generation of kids who don't grow up? A Peter Pandemic. See? Peter Pandemic. That's what it is. Yeah. I want to just say, it's a little story. Now, Marin County, there's a lot of older people here, you know, and a lot of people on social security. Look, this is what happened to me last week. This is true. It's not a joke. This time I want to tell you. Because, so I get a phone call, right? There's this woman's voice. Sounds very bureaucratic and everything, bureaucratic. She says, I said, this is the Social Security Administration. There seems to be some unusual activity on your security card number, your SS number, and you're being investigated for fraud. She said, yeah, this is what she said. She said, and further information, press 1. Now, I thought it sounded fishy because they don't call you normally, do they? So I press 1. I mean, if you're being investigated, they're just going to come and arrest you, right? So I'll press 1 anyway to see, because I thought I'll have a laugh with these pricks, you know. So there's this guy's voice come on. He said, Social Security Investigative Department. I said, yeah, I said, he said, what's your name? I said, well, you just called me. Don't you know who you're calling? He said, yeah. He said, well, that's a recording. He said, so I have to get the information directly from you. He said, what's your phone number? I said, well, you just called my phone number. I've got your number too, you know. He said, well, what's your name? I told him my name. He said, well, could I have your Social Security number? I said, well, let me have yours first. Well, I can't give you my Social Security number. I said, why not? I said, you want mine? He said, yeah, but I'm investigating you. I said, I'm the detective. I said, no. I said, I don't know if I believe that. I said, where are you? I said, what's your address there? He said, look, you know, you can be arrested this afternoon. I said, so can you, mate? I said, I'm just trying to keep you on the line so they can trace your number. I said, the FBI will catch you. But I'm just trying to warn you, older folks in Marin County and wherever this shows up, be aware. They're out there.
I got one too.
There you go, see? Stop talking. I know it was bloody Carol back there somewhere. No, I'm just saying, you know. Anyway, yeah. I've been living in the same house for 30 years, me and the missus, you know. And I'm just starting to feel some level of success in life at last. You know, I just made the final payment on my student loan. Oh, I don't feel old. I don't feel old. I don't feel my extremities either, so, you know. Oh, dear. Oh, what was it? Hang on a sec. Oh, blimey. I wish I could remember that Alzheimer's joke. It's gone. No, I miss live performing, you know, it's fantastic. We have a live show right outside my shop here at 877 4th Street. It's a free show, so I can advertise it. It's just community service. And we had a show Saturday night just 2 days ago. It was great fun. It's on the street, you wear a mask. September 19th, I'm going to come down, everybody. but not more than 30 of you. Just come down, bring your own drink. We got chairs and shit. It's going to be fun. Yeah, it'll be lovely. Different people every month. The third Saturday of every month. I just want to give you a little plug for that. And I was doing a show a few months ago, and it's just such fun. And there's back up in the country, this lady says to me after the show, she said, "Oh, Griff, you're a funny old geezer." She said, "I'll spend the night in your hotel with you for $1,000." I said, "Well, that sounds great, but right now, I don't need $1,000. You know, old Donald, everyone's down on Donald. And I get it, you know, he's an idiot. But look, he was out last night in Washington, D.C. He went in this bar, and there's old Joe Biden sitting there with his missus getting drunk, you know. He says, Donald says, "Hey, Joe Biden." He said, "Good to see you, man." And Joe looks up, he goes, "Oh, hello, George. How's your dad?" Only the Republicans laughed. That's all right. That's all right. I make fun of everybody equally. It's all good. It's all good. I wonder how they're going to do in this. Never mind. Who cares anyway? Yeah, come to the shop next in September the 19th. That'll be fantastic. Now, I want to say there's a few young people out there. I hope there's a few youngsters watching the show. You know, I know this is a trying time for everybody, kids. You know, you're not the only ones that are having a hard time. And I just want to tell you, you know, that with your energy, your ambition, you know, eventually life, it's not going to work out for you. We're totally screwed. Generation Z. No, but you'll be all right eventually. Don't worry. Everything turns around. You know, there's always a silver lining. Especially if you sell me a silver. I want silver and gold. Well, sell it to me. Come on, bring it over. Bring it over. Now, I'm trying to sell this old car out there. I can't show you it because it's a Toyota Echo. Trying to get rid of it. I've sold it 3 times. It keeps coming back. You see, look at this beautiful painting. See the Buddha? Isn't that fabulous?
Fabulous.
Yeah, that's one of my wife's paintings. She's a fabulous artist, Melinda.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one of her latest paintings. It's not very cheap, but you could, you know, I know some Marin. Come on, get some of those monies out, you bastards. No, you like a bit of art around here, I know. Come on, bring me some money. I want to, look, this is my little shop. Look, here's a look. Have a look. Now, what's happened there? The Zoom has gone funny on me. What happened there? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
I can't see you.
Well, we see you.
You can see me? All right.
Unfortunately.
It's gone blank on me, but look, I don't know why I'm clowning around here, but look, I was trying to build a little stage back there just before the pandemic, and I was going to change this to like a little comedy show place and, you know, art and stuff. That's what I want to do. And, of course, I thought I'd get a really good stage show all about levitation, but we're having trouble getting it off the ground. Now, you guys don't understand the gravity of the situation.
Just keep coming.
Nearly.
Tell us about it.
What? What did he say? Can you
Tell us about it.
Can you still see the old geezer? Can you?
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah. Oh, I know there's a lot of married people. Marriage is fantastic. I love it. I've had 3 successful marriages so far. It always works out. My wife is the best in the world. She's my biggest supporter. I make her work 2 jobs. Not really. She's an artist. She doesn't have to work. She's not working at all now, except for painting, you know. Oh, dear. Listen, guys. Yeah, I know a lot of people are, you know, into. Have you seen Ancient Aliens and all that stuff? There's all these different ideas coming up now. You know, it drives you crazy, doesn't it? Trying to work out what's real. Now, I've got this idea that all the planets and stars are real. I think they're all real. They're all alive. You know what I mean? In a way we don't understand. Because I'm a kind of a New Age lunatic, so that's my idea. The sun one day, the sun says, "Hey, moon, what you thinking about?" And the moon goes, "Oh, you know, just reflecting on the earth." Is that all right? Is that funny? It's kind of funny, ain't it? Yeah. Oh, dear. Well, I think my time's up, isn't it? I'm timing. I can't see you guys, but I'm looking at my own clock. Have I got time to go or what? This is getting weird. I have to try and get this thing back on. What's going on here? Let me try.
You're rusty.
What?
You're rusty.
Can't see a bleeding thing here. I'm like talking to a blank screen. Listen, guys. I know a lot of kids are into tattooing and body piercing and all that stuff. Don't do it. But look, if you do, if you're dumb enough to get that face tattoo, well, you'll never be smart enough to regret it. Don't matter. I saw some girl at the flea market Sunday. She's covered in tattoos, very pretty young girl. But I said, she's got them up her neck and everything. I said, "You got to stop there." She said, "Why?" I was thinking of getting someone more. No, please don't do that. You'll be hiding the rest of your life. Because, you know, that's what masks are for, really, when you've got face tattoos. That's what they're really for. So, here, listen. Jesus. I bet you guys when Jesus was born, everyone was like back then, "Oh, thank God at last. Now we can start counting forwards in time." Oh, we can. We can. You know, Mean Dave said to me once, he says, "Griff, you should be more humble when you're on stage." He said, people would like you more. I said, "But I don't want to be liked. I want to be adored for my magnificence."
Oh,
That's not funny either, but that's all right. But I thought it was, and you got to try them sooner or later. Hey? Now look, here's the thing. Moses. I know I keep talking about these Bible stories, but there's some great jokes in there. You've just got to look them up. Moses one day, right, he's watching his sheep when this bush in front of him bursts into flames. Moses goes, "Oh, Lord, is that you, my God?" God goes, "No, it's PG&E." PG&E, diddle-diddle-dee. I can't do dirty jokes on here, can I?
Yeah, sure.
No, I know my time is up because it's 7:18. Am I right?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I want to introduce somebody that you can actually see now, guys. Oh, you can see me, but I can't see you. So, look, here's a wonderful young lady. Give it up for Nina G.
Hello. Great to be here. Griffin, am I looking at you for the light, or am I looking at Jill, or do I have to do my own math?
I think if you've got any kind of timer there, go by that and we'll see.
Any kind of time. All right.
Any kind of timer that you've got, any kind of clock.
Okay, I will be sure to read my jokes off of my notepad exactly like you did. So that is perfect. I'm writing down 18 here, so I will be on for 10 minutes, everybody. Ooh, you just got a good taste of half of my act. Probably my whole act, which is that I am a person who stutters. You can give it up for me for that, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marin, come on. Give me some love there. But anyway, I want you to know that I stutter so that you know that you have crappy internet and I talk this way. Both those things. So
You wouldn't believe it was the internet.
Yeah, no, and it was the internet, and it's so nice, you know, because as a person who stutters, I'm only 1% of the population, 1% of the population, but now I don't feel like I'm so alone because Zoom sucks so bad. So
Exactly.
I'm not alone anymore. It's great, and also, you know, I'm pretty bored with the jokes that I have, so I'm going to tell a few, but I want to talk to you guys and answer any questions that you have on comedy or stuttering or the compost that will probably sit in my kitchen for the next 3 days until the fruit flies get so bad that I have to throw it out. So whatever you guys want to talk about, please, please, please let me know. I need the human contact. So, like I said, I am a stand-up comic who stutters, and recently it was the anniversary of the Americans with the Disabilities Act, and so since it was the 30th, and because it was online, like there were all kinds of celebrations, and I did a big one that was like a national one, and people told me this. People told me you shouldn't have been in that ADA celebration because stuttering isn't a real disability. And what I told them is that if you look at the definition of what the ADA is, according to the Americans with Disabilities Act, it's a physical or mental impairment that substantially results in having to deal with jerks. So I'm pretty sure it qualifies.
Yeah,
and I usually don't say jerks. I usually say another word. So whatever A word or C word or whatever word you want to put in there, please feel free because it will probably fit. So there you go. And being a person who stutters, it's weird because like I'll do presentations, you know, like kind of formal ones. And I was doing one once, and I stuttered a lot on the word D, and that's a word that I stutter a lot on, or that's a letter that I stutter a lot on. And there was a woman like right in the front row, and this wasn't a comedy club. This was like a professional thing. Every time that I stuttered hard on the G, she did this. Like, ooh, ooh, like rolled her freaking eyes, like, ooh, ooh, like right in front of me. And I was like, you know, I stutter, I'm not blind. I can see you, okay? Like, I don't know how that's okay. Mike, in talking about blind, Mike Bucci has a lot going on over there. No, it's fine, Mike. It is fine. And Carl, I can see myself. Is there a reason why?
It's a mirror.
It's a mirror. And it's a mirror that I use to, it's a kind of mirror that I use to manscape. So I really appreciate that. It's always good to, no, because I am Italian American. And that means that I need that mirror a lot. I don't know, you know how women, we always have very inspirational things hanging up around the house, you know, things to inspire us. I have things that speak to me as an Italian American woman, which means that I have a Post-it on the dashboard of my car that reads, pluck your chin hair like no one. Thank you, Jill. Yeah, no, and the mirror reminded me of that. Carl, is there a reason why you wanted to show me? Was this like a a Gestalt exercise or something? Is this?
I think we're together. We're together. We're together in a special time and place.
We are together in this special time and place.
We're being recorded, so we will go on.
We will go on. We will live on. And
That's right.
unfortunately for some of the jokes that you will hear this evening. So,
They got legs.
yes, it has legs, and you don't always want it to have legs. Dr. Cheryl,
Yes.
can I talk to you?
Yes, of course.
Yes, hello. How are you?
Hello. I'm great.
What is your PhD in?
Business administration and financial management.
I have no jokes about that. I was
Oh,
hoping you would say.
do you have any minister jokes?
Administer jokes?
Minister.
Minister, yes. I am Catholic, so you could never be a minister in my church because, you know, you have those body parts. So, and that's why it's so messed up in the first place. But okay, but here's a joke for you, okay?
Oh, right.
Okay, here we go. For the longest time, I have wondered what is the difference between an agnostic and an atheist. And Dr. Cheryl, I think I finally get it. An agnostic is someone who isn't sure there's a God, and an atheist won't shut the hell up. She knows what that means.
Yep.
Yes, you can be apostle-sized for a lot of things. It's just not Jesus. So there's that. And Steve, you are not on mute. I can talk to you. So Stephen, what are you up to?
I'm sitting here watching a comedy show.
Why?
Well, let's see. I like to laugh. I like good jokes. I like marINSANITY. And it's either this or the convention.
Oh yeah, the convention's on right now. Yeah. Okay. So
Heavy competition.
Yeah. No, that I don't know why we don't have a bigger audience right now. So you know, as a woman, you know, I'm very concerned about reproductive issues. And I just want to say, like, I don't know, like, ladies, I don't care if you need one anymore or not, but ladies, get your IUDs right now, okay? Get your IUDs. Even if you don't need them because you don't do that thing, whatever, get your IUDs just out of solidarity. Because there's a lot of politicians who want to make it so that the IUDs are not covered under insurance. And if they're not covered under insurance, that means that they're $500. And I cannot afford that. That's why I'm coming out with the DIY IUD. That's right. A do-it-yourself IUD, which is just going to be a chicken bone in a shoestring. That's why I have my compost right here just to go through that. Okay, I see the light, Griffin. Thank you.
Right.
I want to leave you with a couple of things. Okay. First of all, I have a show on Thursday nights called Comedian Show and Tell, and you can find that on Facebook at Nina G. Comedian. So look that up on Facebook. Also, your headliner illustrated this book with me. It is called Once Upon an Accommodation, a book about learning disabilities. I will put the information about this in the chat. It is a wonderful children's book about a kid who finds out that he has a learning disability, and then he discovers all kinds of things about him. And Dave, who is the headliner, illustrated that. And then there is this. This is my memoir, which is Stutterer Interrupted, the comedian who almost didn't happen. And it's a book about me finally getting into comedy after it was a lifelong dream, but I didn't think that I could do it because of my speech. And then I was like, F it, I can after many, many years, and it tells my story. And thank you, everybody, for being part of my story. So everyone, give it back to Griffin.
Tina G, everybody, give her a nice big hand there. Yeah. And while we're on the subject of plugging shit, look, here's my joke book. Here's my joke, complete with coffee stains, stories, and all kinds of anecdotes in there. Anybody wants to buy, give me $50. There's only one copy, but that doesn't matter. Hey, listen, all the way from San Jose via Zoomaroomaroo, it's the wonderful Pete Munoz.
Yeah, thank you, Griffin. Thank you, Griffin Daly, who puts this together. Thank you, everybody in Marin County. Thank you guys for having me. I did the show last time. I'm going to say about a year ago. It was a year ago that I did this show, and I'm a little bit more scared now than when I did the show last year, because now on Zoom I could read all the last names of the people that are here at the show, and these are the most difficult last names I've ever been. I graduated high school, but I feel like I got to go to Stanford to read some of these last ones, like K-Dash, like Mary K-Dash. Here's the thing. Like, it starts off all nice and shit. You're like, oh, my name is Mary. I think throw in K-Dash. I've never heard that name in my life. And that's why it's like Marin County, they're like, oh, you can live here if you have a hard last name, you know? Like, that's how you get in. It has nothing to do with how much money you make, or how much money your grandma make, or how much money your grandma's it's the hard. Why look at Stephen Tulsky? Like, this Steven's not, dude, you guys are all like Carl Lar. Like, it's not even like I can't even read. Dr. Cheryl, I can't even see. Her last name is longer than the material that I have. I've been doing stand-up for more than years. On a Zoom show, I can't even see her last name. She looks like Freddy Krueger's wife. Like, I can't even pronounce. That's what scares me the most. And when I did the show Marin County, I was scared because I was able to find parking right in front of the studio. And that's never a good sign. And
nobody has 25 cents.
Yeah, I know. And that's how cocky Marin County is. Just put a quarter in. Just put a quarter to park. Everywhere else, you have to donate a child blood. You have to do stand-up comedy for. But Marin County's like, oh, just put a quarter in, all right? You hobo, put a quarter in. Just a quarter. That's just and who has a quarter nowadays? Nobody has a quarter anyway. Everyone's looking, you know, like that's what Marin County. That's why like the Mexicans all have quarters. You know, like, yeah, I got plenty of quarters. You know, that's why the coin shortage. Just blame it on Mexicans. Everything shortage, just blame it on Mexicans. The coin shortage, the height shortage, everything shortage. Just blame it on Mexicans. I'm so afraid of these last names. I'm so afraid. I feel like I'm the youngest person in this room, and I'm not even there. I'm still in San Jose, and I can smell chickens, and I can smell work trucks. I can smell cars that need to be tuned up, and I can smell like transmissions going out, and I'm still afraid to be there in Marin County. But by a round of applause, how many of you guys had your grandkids log you into the Zoom chat tonight? How many of you? I bet you people were just like, I mean, my phone died 10 minutes ago and I logged on. But how many of you guys have been nervous to log into this room all day? You had your cousin Jimmy come over here. You're like, hey, if I give you a quarter, can you log me into this Zoom show for Marin? How scared were you guys? I think there might be a rolling blackout. You guys are like, oh, the power might go out. How cocky are the people in Marin County? I dare them to turn my power out. You guys own everything. There's no way you guys are afraid. I'm in San Jose. It's so hot. I'm on Zoom. I'm on Instagram Live. I'm hanging out. I'm hot. It's so hot. Oh my God. I hate how hot it is. I hate holidays. It was too hot to drink beer the other day, right? I can't even drink beer. All right, it's too damn hot. I don't do drugs. I don't do any drugs. I don't smoke. I don't do cocaine either. I'm trying to keep it clean. I try to keep it clean. I don't do cocaine. I went to a party then when I saw a little person do cocaine, and he did all the cocaine at the party, and that's a low blow.
We're a little slow.
Yeah. So what's crazy about these Zoom shows is I know that joke works, so I'm not afraid of you guys. So you guys might be like, "Oh, why is he shouting?" I'm not shouting. I just want to make sure that everybody over 50 can hear what I'm saying. That's all. And if you guys, the guys on my Instagram, my Instagram live don't see that Carl is showing me a mirror image of me on stage, which is the creepiest thing. And I dare you to do that. If I was there in Marin County, I know you wouldn't do that. I know you wouldn't do that, Carl. That's a low blow right there. That's a low blow. He's pinching my head. Crazy. I can't cuss. I gotta be a good comic, but he can pinch my head through a mirror. That's whatever, you know. And a CD. Carl's so old, he's got CDs. Carl's got blank CDs. It's crazy. When I get done, I don't gotta apologize to the people here. I gotta apologize to my neighbors because they do not know how famous the comedian that lives next door to them is. You know, I gotta go door to door. I'm sorry. I'm just a comedian that you guys never heard of. I'm trying to do low key. I'm trying to do shows on Zoom. We've missed a lot of holidays with all this pandemic, you know. And Mexicans say pandemic differently than any other culture because they say pandemic, and that makes me hungry because pan means bread in Spanish, and I get hungry. Right away they say pan, I go, damn, I get really hungry. And we've missed a bunch of holidays. And here's how I knew that it was a real. If like the shutdown was real, because the first holiday to be canceled was a white holiday. All right, St. Patrick's Day. I go, you better watch out. It's gonna go crazy, you know. And then so they have May 4th. May the 4th be with you, right? All the Star Wars fans and everybody here probably saw Star Wars in the movie theater. I'm pretty sure, like the first one. So like next year it's gonna be crazy with all the couples together. Couples are fighting and getting into each other's face. So next year it's gonna be May divorce be with you.
Nice.
Thank you. Nice. I wrote that one myself. Everybody talks about
divorce be with you.
Is there any Mexicans in Star Wars? R2-D2 is easily the Mexican in Star Wars, and here's how I know why. Just you can tell R2-D2's Mexican just because of the way he stands. You know, he's just like this is like that. All right, cool. Good jokes and bad jokes. I gotta make sure that we get them all out of the way. This is a fun show. I like that you guys are all here. It's very fun. I love women. I'm a big fan. I love women, man. I'm still searching for that love. You know, I'm still trying to find that relationship that works. And I love women. I love women. I come in all shapes and sizes. That's where you laugh. It's okay. Don't worry. Is the Wi-Fi on? Is the Wi-Fi connected? Is there? So I'm gonna blame when no one laughs that there's a rolling blackout. I'm gonna go. It's a rolling blackout. I'm not afraid. I gotta lose weight. Anybody here gotta lose weight? It's a lot. Everybody's been eating, right? Just eat, sleep. And with the heat, it's eat, sleep, and sweat. But I gotta lose weight, and here's how I know that I gotta lose weight. When I lay down on my bed and I go like this, my elbows don't hit the mattress anymore. Good crowd. I do a lot of traveling. I was in Modesto the other day, and they say that New York is a city that never sleeps. I don't think that's fair to Modesto. You guys ever been to Modesto? Modesto is a city that has probably never slept ever. Modesto, they don't even need beds, you know? Like they don't even need beds, you know? I was in Salinas the other day on purpose. I asked somebody, I go, is there anybody in here single? This girl goes, I'm single. Oh, this right here single. I go, that's why you're single. This guy got mad at me. He goes, hey, bro, I don't like your jokes. I live 3 blocks from here. I go, this is Salinas. Everybody lives 3 blocks from here. I was in the area. I was in Novato. I had to stop and put gas in Novato, and there are no Mexicans in Novato. That's why it's called Novato. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Griffin Daly. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you guys. Hope to see you guys soon, Marin County. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Thanks, Pete. Thank you, buddy. Good stuff. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to normal, shall we? Normal, abnormal, marINSANITY. Here's a lovely lady. She's from miles and miles away, but she's here because we're all on the Zoom. Everybody's 50, 60 miles away, but it's lovely, isn't it? This is the modern technology. It's wonderful. Here's our lovely lady, Sandra Rissa.
Yay!
Hey, You know, I don't know about any of you, but I like wearing a mask. It covers my beard. I've had people say that when I have the mask on, I don't look a day over 70. Now, I did find that pretty flattering because, you know, last month, some people threw me a surprise party for my 90th birthday.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it was a real surprise because I'm only 79. But I don't think of myself as old. I'm used. Well, I am kind of like a rare antique. I am one of a kind, well preserved, and I'm a little bit cracked. You know, speaking of antiques, my husband a bit ago took me to the Antique Roadshow. They offered him $1 million for me if I had all my own parts. Yeah, unfortunately, I do have can't talk. I do have some titanium. So that knocked my price down to 500,000 pennies. Hey, good news is I don't have to worry about him trying to sell me. Bad news is, with the price of titanium, I now have to worry about him trying to kill me. Hey, speaking of killing people, how many of you have thought about what you would do with a dead body? I see one or two hands going up. Well, I think that knowing what to do with a dead body is kind of like having insurance. You never know when you're going to have to use it, but you'll be glad you know how if you have to. So I've kind of written this for everybody. You've got a dead body, what you going to do so police don't come after you? Multitude of ways to get caught disposing of bodies ought to be taught. You can bury them in the woods, far from home, out where the deer and the antelope roam. Oh, one day it might be discovered and your DNA could be recovered. Burning it to ashes doesn't sound hard, but you can't build a fire in your backyard. Find it in a wood chipper, it won't be found. Whoops, titanium parts can't be ground. Fog that machine, make it fail, police will be called, you'll end up in jail. Throw it in a lake, that ought to do. Nope, it might rise to the surface and police will get you. A multitude of ways to get caught, disposing of bodies ought to be taught. And now it is, because for just $29.95, I will send you a fully illustrated step-by-step book on body disposal. That's right, just $29.95 plus shipping and handling. And this book on body disposal can be yours. Just call 1-800-NO-MORE-BOD. That's 1-800-NOMOBOD. The readers are standing by. Oh, I love that. Hey, you know, at my age, it is difficult to get a young, hard-bodied man to kiss me. So I go to the swimming pool and pretend I'm drowning. The doctor said, at my age, I wasn't going to be as steady on my feet as I used to be, and I should put a bar in my shower. I took him up on it. I put a bar in my shower. I stocked it with Grey Goose, Johnny Walker, and Jack Black. I did. I had something exciting happen this week. Somebody sent me my first dick pic. Oh, I mean, it was gorgeous. The lighting was perfect. The hair was beautifully clothed around it. And then about A minute or so later, I got another message that said, oops, didn't mean to send this to you. Yeah. Facebook gives and Facebook takes away. I kept the picture. I can look at it whenever I want, just in case I forget what they look like. Hey, you know, before they closed everything down, I was doing a show, and afterwards this young guy came up to me, and he said, pardon me for saying this, but you look hot. And I said, yeah, it comes in flashes. He said, no, I was thinking maybe you'd like me to come home with you tonight. And I'm thinking, Sandy, you've still got it. And then he said, I'll only charge you $25. Yeah, can you believe it? He was offering me a senior discount. Oh, he made a big mistake doing that because I would have paid full price. Oh, God. Don't you just hate it? If you're coming home late at night, your house is dark, everything is dark around you, except there's a police presence right near your house. It happened to me last January. I'm coming home about 2 o'clock in the morning after doing a late show. And there are 3 police cars 2 doors down from me. And I'm thinking, if there's a murderer in the neighborhood, I want to know about it. If there's a robber in the neighborhood, I want to know about it. If there's a rapist in the neighborhood, I want his phone number.
Oh.
Hey, don't judge. I don't get much action now that they banned me from the swimming pool. Oh, yeah. They said I was harassing the lifeguards. Oh, come on, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. When I say those men with their tan, hard bodies in their little teeny Speedos, they're asking for it. And as I said, though, I don't think of myself as old. I'm used. I am like a dilapidated hotel. My facade is crumbling. My plumbing is shot. And we have both had a lot of men spend the night. Hey, speaking of that, when I talk about sex, I don't use the euphemism slept with. Everybody knows what you're talking about. If you say, Mary slept with John. So instead, I use my own word. I use the word shop. So this is my story. When I was young, I used to go shopping all the time. Oh, sometimes I went shopping 2-3 times a day. Yeah, I was a regular shopaholic. I went shopping with friends. It's safe, it's comfortable. You've been to the store before. You know the merchandise is clean. I went shopping with coworkers. That can lead to lawsuits at the office. Oh, sometimes I even went to bars and went shopping with strangers. That idea, you never know what you're going to get. You may get somebody who shops too fast. Or somebody who shops too rough and damages the merchandise. And sometimes you get someone who can't even find the door to the store. Yeah, well, I understand. Today's young people, sometimes they stay home and shop alone using the internet. I had to do it the old-fashioned ways with magazines and catalogs. Hey, now that I'm older, truth is I would rather shop alone. I know what I'm looking for and I know exactly where to find it. But I'm married, so sometimes I have to take my husband shopping. Yeah, he usually finishes before I do. And I'm sure you all know, once a man finishes shopping, don't keep him in the store. So he goes home. I still have to finish shopping alone. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, God. You know, sometimes I get the idea that today's young people think that they're the first generation to smoke weed. No. It's people from my generation. Lenny Bruce, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. They made it cool to do drugs. Oh, there's one of these today. Lindsay Lohan, Charlie Sheen. But they're never going to be cool, and I'll tell you why. They didn't die. Yeah, as for me, I began smoking weed back in 1962. DC. That's before crank. But I'm not an aging hippie. I can't be, because I'm not come from California. I'm from Sioux City, Iowa. And people have asked me, what was it like growing up in a small Midwestern town? And I said, Sioux City, therefore can't sentence at all. S-U-X. Sucks. Now, I'll tell you, after high school, quite a few of my friends now have moved to Phoenix. Airport code PHX. Otherwise, when they were in high school, they were sucks. Now that they're older, they're fucks. Oh, you know, my parents did send me to charm school so I could learn to say thank you very much rather than, are you shitting me? To our very dysfunctional government, thank you very much. To COVID-19 for screwing up all of our lives, thank you very much. To the police for stopping me for speeding while I was under the influence of pot, bull. Only thing I ever did fast stone was open a bag of chips. And as I said, you should thank my generation. Because it's my generation that made weed acceptable to the masses. It's my generation that gave you free love. And it's my generation that gave you herpes. Well, I got to tell you that turning 70 was like pulling the spikes off my inhibitions. I don't care what people think anymore. I still wear a bikini. Grocery shopping. I let my bat wings fly. Fly, little bat wings, flop and flutter. Fly, little bat wings, getting louder. Fly, little bat wings on my arm, displaying nature's charm. But I'll tell you, I am still vain. So I did go to a plastic surgeon. And I said, Doc, what can you do so I don't look like an old woman? And he said, I can give you a penis. Well, I thought I'd rather get a second opinion. So I went to a second plastic surgeon and I said, Doc, what can you do so I look younger? And he said, I can euthanize you. Well, I've got to tell you that for me, sex is a lot like doing comedy. When they're over, I just want to get paid and go home. So I say this to getting over. Hey, age, you can take my looks, you can take my memories, but you protected my virginity. Thank you very much. The name is Sandra Risson.
Sandra, wonderful.
This is funny.
Great stuff. Give it up for Sandra. Come on, everybody. Nice round of applause. Down here, a thing. All right. I clapped for her anyway. Hey, guys. There's your headliner, Mean Dave.
Hello. Woo. Good to see everybody. Right on. Nice to see you. I hope we're getting you guys ready for bed. Let's have a round of applause for all the comedians that came here tonight. And more importantly, let's have a moment of silence for any of the jokes that kind of, I don't know. I mean, Zoom shows are interesting. This is nice that you guys finally, I felt like we got the same kind of energy in the Zoom. Actually, we got more energy in the Zoom show than we have at the live show at the Marin TV. And that's not knocking the live show at the Marin TV. The last time I was there, I had a great time watching an audience really just kind of stare at us and really intimidate us. And, you know, like you guys, I love when an audience just sends a comedian home really rethinking their whole deal. You know, like, why did they even bother doing this? But thank you guys for being here and spending your Monday night with us. My name is Mean Dave. It is just a nickname. It is short for Meaningful David, if anybody is concerned. Yeah, nobody's mean over here. I work a 12-step program. I even shaved today, kind of, just for you, just for this audience right here. I also want to give a shout out to a doctor, Dr. Cheryl.
I'm not a medical doctor.
Oh, okay, fine. You really want to? I was just, you know, you could have lied. You could have just told everybody everything. I was going to ask you COVID advice and all that stuff, but I like that you put it. I like that you put you're a doctor in your name to be on Zoom.
So how can I help you?
What are you a doctor? What are you a doctor of?
Business administration and financial.
Okay, so you're a doctor of hustling. Got it. All right, cool. So that's good. That's good. PhD. You know, it's one of those things I'll never do. You know, I went to college and majored in LSD, and pretty much I dropped my LSD, and I was UC Santa Cruz for those who want to know about that. But
it's piled high deeper.
Piled high deeper.
PhD.
Oh, PhD, piled high deeper. Oh, I got it. Man, you got jokes. Nice, Cheryl. It's nice to see. There was one gentleman here. Oh no, he might have bounced. There was one guy. Oh no, there he is. Greg, are you awake? No, okay. No, I don't want to disturb him.
We always ask him that.
You know what's funny? That was Bruce Baum. I know it's Bruce Baum. We thought Nina said Bruce Baum's at the show. You know that you have the same name as a comedian named Bruce Baum, correct?
Yes, I do, and we've met.
You've met him, yeah. Baby Man. For those who don't know, he looks like David Crosby. For those who may not know who Bruce Baum is, but you know what's the thing about it with the whole COVID thing? I used to work in video game testing for about 14 years. Which means that basically I became a drug and alcohol addict, as you can tell, because I've gotten fired from 3 jobs playing video games. That's, you know, and basically it's one of these things that I was glad when I left that industry. I swore I would never do another job where I was working with computers or anything else like that, and that's why I got into comedy. So I would never have to do a job behind a computer. And then this COVID thing hit, and here I am behind a computer. There's no escape from that hell. But the good thing about it, I started doing comedy 10 years ago, which just means 10 years ago I had to move back into my parents' house. But I actually, the thing about it, I got into 12-step recovery. That's one thing you probably wouldn't be able to tell from looking at me. You can tell I did drugs and drank alcohol, but I'm actually, this September, I'll be 7 years clean and sober, if you can believe that. Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Right on, my brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Because seriously, from the bottom of my heart, it has been a boring 7 years. And but I think the great thing about it, thanks to working a 12-step program, and it helped improve working in comedy. And thanks to that working out 4 years ago, moved out of my parents' house, and now I pay money to live in a room in someone else's parents' house. So that works. And that's the thing. I live with my landlord and his wife in the house that I live in. You know, when I first moved in, I noticed something right away. Some of you may be married. You might know how this goes. They wouldn't sleep in the same room. You know, they only have one bedroom for them, and she would sleep in the bedroom and he would sleep in the living room. So I naturally thought they must be having an argument like married couples do sometimes. And I found out the first night, nope, that's a permanent situation. He has a sleeping condition. I don't know if you've ever heard what it sounds like when oxygen is being rejected from the body that's involuntarily taking it in during sleep. But if you've never heard it, sounds a little something like this. Oh my goodness! I'm getting lightheaded just doing it right now. But that was he sounds like that. So yeah, he basically sounds like he's being assaulted by sleep on a nightly basis, which oddly enough puts me to sleep like a child. I haven't had to do that joke in a long time, by the way. So so I did get lightheaded there for a second there. Make sure I got my consciousness again. That would actually be the funniest thing if I passed out right now during this whole set. But yeah, and he's actually a cool dude. His name's Mike. He's a dude. He's suffered from some PTSD in his life. He's been in I think a war or something, and he also he has PTSD from something that I only know happened to him from behind. Because anytime I walk behind him, he freaks out. And and we have to take our shoes off to walk in the house because he has dogs, and he has a strict policy that we leave our shoes off so his dogs can track dog poop in the house. He likes his house to smell like dog shit and feet. So that's pretty much his rule. And so, yeah, whenever I walk behind him in the house, he freaks out and he's like, Dave, you need to make more noise in the house when you're walking around. So I was trying to think how to do that. And now I just wear a bell all around the house. So he knows where I'm at all times. He's actually a cool dude though. And, he doesn't believe I do stand-up comedy as a full-time job really though. Sometimes I think he thinks I sell drugs for a living. And 7 years ago, he might've been right, but not today. And when I used to leave the house to go do comedy shows, he would always like try to make small talk. And, I was leaving one night and he goes, oh, you're off to do comedy again tonight, huh, Dave? And I said, yeah, same as every night. And he would be like, oh, where are you performing at tonight? And I remember when I went out to marINSANITY, I was like, oh, I'm going out to San Rafael to go perform a show on a TV station called Marin TV for a show called marINSANITY, which when I say that out loud, yeah, it sounds like I'm lying. So, I understand why he didn't believe me then. And then, he's always would say like, try to be encouraging. He's like, yeah, I need to see you do comedy sometime, Dave. And I would just nod my head and walk away and say under my breath, no, Mike, stay home. Get some rest. Because you're a big part of my act right now. And I need more jokes. So sleep tight, sweetheart. And actually, I've been living there 4 years. We've grown closer and stuff. He still has no idea about any of the jokes that I do. And I'm actually not at my house right now. So it's good that I'm able to do this material because they can hear me throughout the house whenever I'm at home. But he is a cool dude. We actually, I don't do comedy for the laughs all the time. Sometimes I do it for the thoughtful peace and quiet after my jokes. And I want to thank you guys for providing that for me at this particular show. But I think it's a good time at this show to also give my respects. He had a dog pass away recently, one of his favorite dogs, Soldier, who actually saved our house from burning down a few months ago. And unfortunately, about a month ago, Soldier came down with doggy cancer. And a week later, they had to put him down. And it was really sad. And my landlord, he naturally, that's his favorite dog. He kind of got a little mad at me later that night for being too loud playing online Pictionary. So I got a chewing out, and then he apologized to me the next night for chewing me out, gave me fried chicken. So that evened everything out. And, but later that week, he came home from a long day, and I just noticed he was gone. He rarely leaves the house, and he was gone on this particular day, all day. And he came home, and I greeted him at the door when I was out in the kitchen. And I could tell when he wants to talk to me, or he just wants to talk to somebody. And he was like, "Oh, what a long day." And I said, "Oh, what happened? What was going on?" He goes, "Oh, I went to go take his other dog to the vet. He was taking the other dog to the vet, and actually we're switching vets from the old vet that I took Soldier to. And I was trying to get the paperwork from the old vet to the new vet, and they were dragging their feet doing that. And then when that veterinarian was walking outside, he said something under his breath. So I followed him out to the parking lot and got in his face a little bit. And then two of his friends jumped in, and one of them sucker punched me. He got into a fight with the veterinarian. He got into a fist fight with the veterinarian and two of his friends. And then he turned his head, and that's when I saw he had a black eye. He had a black eye from a fight with the veterinarian. I've never in my life have ever heard of anybody. Have you ever? I mean, some of you, I assume, have had pets, all right? And maybe if you, I wish I would have thought of this strategy when I had to put my pet cat Flower down years ago, because I wanted to deck that veterinarian. I just never thought it would be a possibility. And he made it, he just let me know, hey, if you want to pick a fight with a veterinarian, all he got was a trespassing ticket from the cop that showed up later. So but yeah, and he actually, I think he got a lot out of his system. And the thing was, I told my dad that story later on. I was texting him. I said, my landlord just got in a fight with the veterinarian, after all this stuff that went on. And my dad texted back. He goes, I'm actually coming from the vet right now, taking my dog in. And he said, yeah, I think I could take my vet. She's only 120 pounds. And so that made me laugh. I'm glad it made you laugh too. But that's a joke for Soldier that, I can't really do at home. So. More of a story, but yeah, and I gotta say, this coronavirus stuff has definitely made us have to, adapt into these new mediums and all that kind of stuff. And I never thought I'd ever be nostalgic for using a public restroom. I never, it's one of those things that I remember the last time I used a public restroom before shelter in place. It was at a Safeway in Sunnyvale over here in the Bay Area. And I went in there. It was on the weekend before the shelter in place started. So I walk in there, and I'm going to use the urinal. There's two urinals side by side, and so I'm peeing. And another young man comes walking up, and he's peeing at the urinal next to me. And some of you gentlemen might know how this is. Sometimes when you're peeing at the urinals next to each other, if you're not peeing like the same strength of urine stream as the person next to you, it might get a little uncomfortable. Might even get a little competitive. Sometimes if it just gets awkward, it's like if they're not making enough noise, you're like, what's going on over there? We're here to pee. And then sometimes you show up and your fireman's not hosing off the fire as strong as the guy next to you. And you're the one's like, come on, man, you're making me look bad, And, but on this particular day, we were peeing even streams. Nobody was paranoid. It was good. And then we wrapped up and we were going we both simultaneously went to go wash our hands at the sink behind us. And that's when I noticed the guy next to me. Never have I had this occur. I'm washing my hands. He is washing his hands louder. It just slapping water all over the place. I hear soap. I hear all this noise, and I just had to look over. And it was this young Asian man who looked very scared. He was just kind of like peeking over at me and just timid. And I'm like, why is this guy so scared? And I realized it was because that was the weekend that Donald Trump kept referring to the COVID-19 as the Chinese virus. And there were actually some prejudice stuff happening after that. So I knew this young man was just scared, and I finished washing my hands and I dried them, and I turned to him and I put my hands on on both of his shoulders, and I looked into his eyes and I said, "It is not your fault. It is not your fault." And I gave him a hug. And, we had a very tender goodwill hunting moment. And then we both came down with coronavirus.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was in March. I'm all clear, all good. Everything's pathetic now, so that's pretty good. And so looking at you guys, this is great. It's great to see support here for kind of live comedy here in the privacy of your own home. I hope you were entertained most of this time. I love seeing Dr. Cheryl. It was great talking to you, even though you're kind of a fraud as a doctor with Dr. name. It was wonderful talking to you. Greg, I hope we entertained you to sleep, wherever the hell you might have taken off. And thank you very much for the rest of you. I mean, Dave, you've been a wonderful audience.
Dave,
Have a great night.
what do you do on Thursday?
Oh, we
What
do
do you
a show and tell show on Zoom every Thursday. Nina's got the Zoom link in there if you want to come check it out, 7 p.m.
King Dave, everybody. Yeah. Give it up for King Dave. Well, that was fun. I know there's a couple of hiccups along the way there, but it's the first time we've done this one. It was good fun. Anyway, I had a blast. I don't know about you guys. It's so great to be. See, I had to come down to the shop and do it. I'm not doing it from home either. It's great fun. I had a lovely. We're going to do one in about another month, I think, aren't we? Aren't we, Jill? We're going to do another one in a month?
You got it.
Right. There we go. That'll be all completely different comedians. Might not even be me. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, Marin County, I don't know when you're going to see this. Maybe I don't know. When are they going to see it, Jill? I don't know. What difference does it make? Does it make any difference?
Probably less than a week. I'll email everybody and tell them what the air date is on Marin TV.
Well, yeah, I guess, whatever. So look, come see us next time. We'll get those links out to you, and we'll have a lot of fun again.
Yay!
MarINSANITY!
Thank you. Thank you for everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.